Okay, so today is less of a how to do stuff and more of a behind the scenes, just kind of, I have a bunch of stuff to do and I thought I would hang out with you lot while I did it. So we have magazine, collage. Okay, I have a Cosmo May 1988, and these have to go in my big girl journal, unless I start a different journal. I have a Cosmo. One of the gals was asking for more Cosmos. I don't think she was asking for these ones. November 1987. All right, I have a Vogue, February 2022, and I have a W. These never have dates. These are just like Volume 2, 2022. And if you do magazine collage and you have not signed up for this subscription yet, it's like $8 for the year, and they send so many. It's nice. I have this fun doodle kit. So, doodle kit. I just bought that for me. So, Georgiana Hall. I'm thinking creative hand lettering and doodle it. So I need to do this. This is going to be fun. I'm going to put my magazines over here. And I did clean my office. This isn't really cleaning my office. This is more getting, so years ago, I read a book called Getting Things Done, Get It Done, by David Allen. And he said that the thing that's going to make your life easier is if you get all the stuff out of your head and just put it onto paper. And I have to say, it is true. Okay. So, this is a Disney Happy Notes thing. And I'm going to... Does this come off? How does... Oh, this is just a thing. Wow. So, I have a thing coming up where I'm thinking I'm going to do... So, we're going to be able to cut this. Not with our good scissors, with our crappy scissors. Clean scissors. And I like to, from years of being in business, for something that's just a task, I make a square, and then when I do it, I get to check it off. But my scissors are nasty, nasty, nasty right now. All right. There we go. But I have a feeling I'm going to put this over here with something else that we'll be talking about in a minute. I was thinking, so the thing I like about this is several fold. I love a disc binder planner. I love that there's dividers. I love that there's special backs. And I have all kinds of my own disc dividers because I'm a disc planner kind of gal. So I have, let's put this over here. We have Disney Disc Planner, art journals. Art journals. So we have the Disney Disc Planner, 60 sheets. See, I don't necessarily even care about the sheets of paper because I will probably use Grumbacher or Casson paper in this, but I do like the dividers. I like, ooh, Mickey. Okay, so we have this in our planner space. Oh, there's a goober. And that's something I can do. So one of the things that I do want to do is I want to send out more of my artwork if somebody wants it. Today is magic. Ooh, that's inside there. Here's some more stuff to do. Okay. So the next thing is I kind of collected up my stuff I found. Now this goes in the altered book. And I made myself, I showed you this in a video, but I made myself a big old journal bag that I'm just getting worked out. But my altered book is in here. So this has to go in here. So, art journals, altered book. And Diane Reevely is having the second class in the altered book, so we're going to be working on it. So, what kind of stuff do I have in here? I can't remember what I was working on. So, I have some stuff. I have, this is going to be a pull-out kind of thing, situation. All right. Oh, I have some more stuff back here. All right, so I have some stuff in here. That's good. That I don't have to worry about till next week because we're not going to fret about it right now. I'm a big fretter. Okay. I emptied my magazine collage stash, but I have more things. So let's put these guys in here. And I was getting all fancy the other day thinking, oh, I'll just start collecting things. And it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good to collect things. But I am truly I'm a hunt girl. So I want to go and hunt for stuff I want to use. Oh, there's a subway car. I want to hunt for things to use in a journal partway through my project and go look at stuff. Okay. Woo. Ideas are coming to me, so I have to have a video idea area. How to use a Dymo. How to use Dymo in art journal. Now, the reason why it's important for me to do that is I tend to not remember, there's some more, gosh darn it, remember all the stuff I want to do. So if I write everything down, then I have it. Oh, so this is my idea. This is kind of yucky, so I don't think I'm going to use this one. But I was wondering if I should do a video about putting junk back in a junk journal, because we have some really cool stuff. I think this might be too tall, but I can maybe cut it out and use the plastic. So putting junk back in junk journals. See, and what happens to me is that I start collecting this stuff and I don't tell you guys, and then you never remind me, and then I just have a lot of stuff. Okay, so I have one coming up, Sizzix switch, and I want to do 5 things. I want to cut cloth, I want to die cut, just regular die cut, embossing dies, and I have to think of a couple more. All right, but I want to use this and this piece. So this is an extra piece I cut off of the canvas. This is printed on canvas. So I want to see if the switch, gosh darn it, can cut that. Oh, this goes in the Abandoned Places journal. Okay, another journal, Abandoned Places. Nice. I have a place for it. And this is what happens, is I wind up with all kinds of little gizmos and dealy bobs around. I'm going to put this in my journal. Look at me. Gosh, I'm so good today. All right, this is just the thing I work on. I don't have a place to put it. See, this is the thing. The organized people say a place for everything and everything in its place, and then I look around and there's no place for it. Okay, so this is a little bee. Project Honeybee. I bought a little bee. It helps the bees, so I'm going to use that in a future project. But that's not, I can only have so many things on deck. That's not on deck. All right, so this I definitely have to get. Okay, this one is a stencil, and I put all my kind of Diane Reevely little Dilutions journal stencils in here. So this is where I have my stuff. Okay, whew. I feel like I'm going down through stuff fast. I put my distress crayons in my art supplies, so I'm going to put this there and come back. Okay, so there's 2 things going on here. Number 1, I am acting like I know how to organize things, and I didn't even know I had this. Look at this. This is a tag die set. That's so wonderful. All right. Anyway, so I'm acting like I know how to organize things, and I don't. I just know things because I follow the people who tell you how to do that. And the best woman for me, I even have a video on my blog about this because this lady's awesome, is A Slob Comes Clean. She tells you how to, do we want to keep that for our putting the junk back in junk journals? I can't keep everything, people. All right, so now what we need to do is, because if I don't use my dies more, I'm not going to get to keep them, right? This is untenable to keep buying dies and not using them. So I am going to come through here. Oh, I love those little stitchies. And find the ones, I need 5. There we go. So, oh, there's a couple more. I have a couple more if we need them. So those are, I did a whole video about this. These are my dies and the way that I store my dies and my stamps. So this is an acrylic block 5x7, and then I put magnetic stickers on the back. So I need to put my magnetic stickers on the back. And it's super easy. You just peel this off and you put it on. So I think that one of my big problems is that it's so funny. I see people, they're like, what happens when you get, and they don't call it writer's block, but like artist's block. And I'm like, Jesus, I would kill for a little bit of artist's block because I have a million ideas in my head. Okay, so this was a really good thing that I got from scrapbook.com that is the upper and lower letters of the alphabet. So let's think about this. These should all, might fit on here. So I'm going to use up 4 of these. That's fine. That's fine. I'll buy some more if I need to. Magnetic sheets. I have a couple of acrylic sheets left. Okay, so this acrylic is something we could keep for our putting the junk back in junk journal. God, I gotta clean these scissors. Okay, so we're gonna take this out. We're gonna take this out. I'm not gonna save the other 2. I'm gonna save these 2. Oh, there's goobies on them. Oh, no, it's fine. All right. So these are made so that you could, I think, put them back on, I guess. But I don't want to put them back on. And with anything like this, you always want to peel the back away from the letters so you don't bend the letters. Any dies, you don't want to try to pull the die off. You want to bend the back away from the die until there's so little left that it just pops off. There we go. B. And I have found that when I use this system just works really well for me. I don't know if it would work really well for you, but it works really well for me. When I use this system, I tend to use my dies more and my stamps more because they're handy to me. And, oh, the other half of it is there's a special kind of magnet. I bought a different kind of magnet at first, and it wasn't strong enough to hold the dies. And then they kept falling off. And that did not work for me. Now that one's really problematic because the eye could get bent really easily. I don't know if you use dies. I like dies. And when I was doing a lot of magazine collage this last year, I didn't use this stuff as much. And I feel like if I'm not going to use it, then it doesn't get to take up a place in my art room. So IJKL. I feel like if I'm not using it, then it doesn't get to take up a place in my art room. And so, because I like them, and I want to keep them, and I want to buy more, because right now I'm on a moratorium. I can't buy any more, because I haven't used the ones I have, right? Self-imposed. So art journals, I'm allowed to buy all I want, because I use all of them. I use all of them. Oh, I almost bent my N. Now, I am not a fanatic about keeping everything on the right line. I'm fine with putting my N up here and my J down here so it'll fit. If you're a fanatic, then don't do that. And it looks to me like I'm going to have to mess with the W line anyway. Look how wide that is. Let's get our W down. Yeah. So what are your favorite art supplies that you aren't using right now? Oh, another idea is, oops, we gotta get under here. Cigar box for embossing powder. I started out doing a lot of actual, like I did an art box, dimensional, like assemblage. So if I'm doing more embossing, let's do VW down here. If I'm doing more embossing, then I will be using my stamps more because I use my stamps to emboss. It's all going to work out well. Look at that. That is a beautiful thing. Okay, so that is this one, and it's on the back of these stamps. Okay, these are Tim Holtz stamps. So some of my stamps, I kind of feel like I almost need to move my alphabet stamps to another solution. I love these ones. These are the field notes and then the little stampy stamps. Because I feel like the field notes and the stampy stamps go with stamps. And then I have these amazing letter stamps. So I'm almost feeling like I need to move my letter stamps off to the side somewhere else. Okay, I am going to stick these on and I will be back. Oh, this could be good for our putting the junk back in junk journal. Okay, so you may think that I have a crazy amount of art supplies, and I do. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of paint, which is what I use the most. But like with these dies, so here's all the dies. They're from scrapbook.com. I waited a long time to buy these to make sure that I wanted them. And I'm a font nerd, so there's two different kinds. There's serif. So these have little things. I love this G. I have a love affair with G's. And then sans serif, which are these slab block letters. And you got both the uppers and lowers. But the one thing that you need to know about me is that I learned about organizing my craft room from Dana K. White. And she says that you have to have a container. So this is my container for my dies and stamps, not counting the alphabet stamps, okay? So you don't have to be crazy about it, but this is my container. So I have a little bit of room on there. I have a little bit of room on there. I do have a big butterfly stamp that is by itself, but that was a super special one. But what happens is I have, Happy Day. There were more, there were 10 sheets and I had enough acrylic blocks. So I have 3 more whole ones. And then I just put one die on this one, so I have a bunch around there. But this is the amount of space I have for my dies and stamps. So if I had to go through and say, oh my gosh, I just saw the most amazing, Seth Apter put out the most amazing stamp, I would be like, okay, well, do I have any room on my stamps? Yes, I have 3 whole things. I could absolutely buy it, and that's a Seth Apter stamp too, right? No bother. I'm good. Everything's glorious. But now, say in 2 years when I have, less room, because this way is my die set, and this way is my stamp set. So in 2 years, I would have to say, okay, let's look and judge, did I use all of these? Because these take up a lot of room, right? And maybe I noticed that I have 5 of them I use all the time, or that I've never used any of them, right? And then you donate them to a local school or a fellow crafter or something like that and put them out in the world to bring joy to somebody else. So for sure, like if you look at these, you can tell which ones I use, right? I use this one, this one, this one, this one, kind of that one, and not this one. But I think this is a new one from Diane Reevely. But you can, the funny thing with stamps is you can look at them and go, oh, I never used that one. And the ones you use all the time, like I use this one all the time. It is nasty, nasty. So that is a good way to, and then it's not fair because I have used this one, not these ones, but these ones. But I used them with embossing powder so you can't see it. What is this? Oh, look. There's weird dies hanging out. We'll have to put them on a place. Why are those there? That's very odd. What is that? Oh, interesting. That was from my old system. But good, because I just want to know what all I have, right? That's the main point, is to know everything you have. So that is my stamp and die storage. I'm going to put this away and I'll be right back. Okay, so you may think with as much crap as I have around that I would have just a crazy chaos, and sometimes I do when I let it get out of control. But the way that I keep it out of chaos, you saw I put my magazine collages in here, my images. These are scrapbook.com 13 by 13 folders, so they fit in my calyx unit sideways. And what I'm doing now is I can have a idea to do a putting the junk back in junk journal folder, but I have to put it in a container, right? Like I can't just have this crap floating around my craft room, and I can't just keep keeping it. Like, so this sticks up. I don't need that. I'm gonna just, there we go. That fits in there. This guy fits in there, but that way I don't keep everything that comes across my hand. So I had a ton of these, like I was starting to keep these. I have a bunch of these plastic things that are a lot smaller than this, so I'm going to throw these away. I need to get some junk mail envelopes next, but they'll have to go in there. And then this is more packaging. I just use this. I sent Susie Allen her prints. I sent her both because I couldn't. I mean, that was a really mean question to ask. Which one do you want? Oh, this is so I found this, and my husband got me chocolates for Valentine's Day. I should clean that off before I put that in my putting the junk back in junk journal. So then I will put this little heart shape in there. But the nice thing about it is now I have a place, and so one of the things that Dana K. White of A Slob Comes Clean says is you have to ask 3 questions. You have to ask, where would I look for this? So where would I look for my dies? I know exactly where I would look for my dies, in my die holder. Where would, if I didn't know where to look, would I know I had one, right? Like that's a huge one for me. Because I'm like, well, if I knew I bought something, I could, oh, perfect example. I didn't know I had those tag dies, right? So if I knew I bought them, I could go look for them. But because I didn't even know I bought them, and I think I added them on, they were super special discount. But if I didn't even know I bought them, then how would I know where to go look for them, right? So that is, if you don't follow Dana K. White and you have a messy craft room, oh, Kitty jumped off. Kitty sending me feathers. She sent me a big old feather the other day. If you don't keep your craft room neat and throw away stuff and donate stuff you don't like, then you're going to wind up with a ton of things that are just cluttering up your life. Okay, so here's another thing I bought. Can't remember what I was going to use them for. Oh my goodness. Oh me. We're going to have to see what they are. I think I'm going to use them for my fabric journaling, my fabric thing. But they're just a whole bunch of charts. Oh, I know what I was going to use them on. Okay, so I do. I am going to use Tim Holtz embossing powder on metal charms. Now these things, ooh, is that good for my, that's kind of heavy. It's a nice size. We're going to put that in here. And I can get another one of these. That's fine. I have more containers, and it's okay to have more containers. But the thing that you have to do is once your containers get really, really big, you have to say, because there's some fat stuff in here, you have to say, okay, enough is enough. Either do your project or stop collecting stuff. Okay, I was trying to figure out why I have so many of these, So these scrapbook.com ones are ones that I ordered, and they're super handy for little things, but these are because I bought dies. I just got one of these. Okay, so we are gonna put this in here because all of my storage has to be clear or it disappears forever. I can't have that. And I have a little space over on my other desk for upcoming projects. So if I thought to myself, I wonder where that would be, I would have it on the, I would think, oh, it's on the upcoming projects table. So here's the die, the embossing glazes. And here's the cigar box, so it's on my list. So the thing about David Allen says is that once you get it out of your head and onto a piece of paper, then you can feel better about it. But for me, personally, I am still going to leave this open so I know where all my embossing stuff is. Because honestly, if I can't see it, it disappears from my life. Okay, so anything else? 5 things for the Sizzix switch. Ooh. So I want to do embossing dies. I want to do embossing folders. I think those are the same thing. I have emboss and cut both at the same time. I'll have to think about that because I want to, so part of what I want to do is I want to start making more supplies for my artwork so that I can just go grab some background papers. I can go grab some die cuts, right? So in my, boop, 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 in here, I had taken, and this is fun because I'm doing this in Diane's class, I had taken a bunch of Diane's collages and die cut them back in the day. I now want to take my own stuff and die cut them. And the way that I do this is I put these in these 5x7. I think I have one more. I got another one of these. Okay, this stuff I was saving for the putting the junk back in the junk journal, right? Because this is a cool flappy flap. And I have enough of these, we've decided, right? Grab this. This goes in here and then it's not floating on my desk anymore, right? Okay. So I feel like, are we sure this is for here or is this for the, well, I think this might be for here. It does seem kind of big for the little folder. Okay, so we are gonna put all of this together in here. Oh, I gotta go get Wally. Wally needs to come in. He has strong feelings about it. Okay, so I have all kinds of fun stuff. I already put a elefante in here on a page. Where'd he go? Diane taught us how to make fun pointy pages, and I put my elefante on there. Huh. Well, he's in there somewhere. I know I stuck him down. Oh, that girl. She's fun. Oh, there he is. Elefante. Look, and he's getting grunge on him. I love that. It won't matter. This is decoupaged already, so if I wanted to clean it off, I could just scrape it off because it is Mod Podged. So this guy's Mod Podged too. Okay, so I feel like we did a lot today. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you see any of the videos, ideas, Dymo, junk back in junk journal, cigar box for embossing powder, adding words to your own journal, or embossing powder on metal charms, let me know. I have to figure out what journal I'm gonna do magazine collage in now. I kind of want to do it in one. It might be the Art by Marlene. I did a video about this. It might be in this journal so that I can give them away, right? That might be a really good idea. So anyways, hopefully that helped. Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life.